Well, it is Friday night, April 8th, 2022. I'm going to try to keep it a little bit quiet in case neighbors are home. I'm not really sure. But house is kind of quiet, or the apartment building, or the whatever you want to call it. But I was thinking about how it's like, culturally normal to like Friday or Saturday night, you have to have plans or you have to do something or, you know, I don't know, that whole thing about normal and things like that. But I seem to not do that or not really mind not doing that. I just kind of notice and I kind of wonder sometimes how that might appear to other people as strange or not strange. Or I just kind of think that a lot of people tend to think that I'm either just quiet or just shy or just mean or stuck up or who knows. But usually doesn't bother me enough to do anything about it or change my ways, or because it would all just be an expenditure of energy that would just be about pretense and trying to be something other than I'm not. It's a lot easier in the long run to just go ahead and just be myself and interact accordingly. So acting against my nature doesn't benefit anybody. It just stresses me out, and who knows what it looks like to anybody else. So anyway, I did a bunch of writing yesterday, and I feel okay about it. It was a little bit different. It felt a little, I don't know, I'm not exactly comfortable with it. But, it's like just putting my way of saying things and applying it to something larger of an enterprise. As far as, I was trying to think about how it's like, getting to the root cause kind of thing. Instead of treating the symptoms, let's go after, chasing shadows, sort of thing. And so, why don't you, figure out where the light source is and, try to illuminate the darkness kind of thing. So maybe you don't have to chase as many shadows, and I don't have to tilt at so many windmills, try to reveal the situation, the players. And, of course, my perception and attitude might be extremely faulty, skewed, biased. So I do have to kind of keep an eye on that and try to keep a temperament of reservation that I, at any point, can and, I don't have all the facts. I don't have all the perspectives. I never will. And everybody has their own interests that they might be and are trying to protect, whether it's for personal gain or greed or pride or vanity or arrogance or ignorance, all sorts of things. And so I wrote outside of myself, outside of my sphere of comfort. And it was a proof of concept to let me know that, this is kind of, because I've kind of shifted away from more personal writings, because I don't know, I don't, that sort of writing has kind of just drifted off. And I was kind of thinking about how, just like a little bit ago, I was like thinking about, instead of things falling together, they're more falling apart. Since I don't have any clarity on the issue, and I kind of wonder, is there even an issue? It might just be my imagination, as a lot of things tend to be. I'm creating reality out of a fiction. And it doesn't feel good, but I guess it's something. And there's something to it, I just don't know what it is. as far as the interaction, and because I don't even know, maybe I'm not even noticed, or you know, who knows? I don't. I'm just keeping a distance basically, and I don't know, supporting and trying to help, kind of, in my own strange way. I don't know how it appears on the other side of things. You know, it might appear like I'm being nosy or too involved, but I don't know how less involved I could possibly be, because it's all a matter of you know, you don't have to read, I guess. I guess that's the thing. I'm not asking questions. I'm not proposing any advances. It's just like, I'm just going to do some writing, and it's like, you can read it, you can not read it, you can give it a reply, you can not. It's like, it's okay. Kind of establish myself that, you know, they're really, I don't know. So, but I did make the mistake, which I was a little bit, it's like, got dropped for just a little bit until I searched my name, because I was looking up, I wanted to see if any of my old photos were online somewhere, as I wanted to see a picture of my old cat, Dakiki, on MySpace, and I think they're gone. Or at least I don't know how to get at them, you know. And I didn't want to like try to hunt too much. I think it's just they've expired as far as their presence in the data cloud. So anyway, I probably could find them if I spent enough time, but I was like, I've got my memory, and my memory's pretty good. And yeah, so she's kind of still in here, you know, a lot. Of all the cats I've known, she was always my favorite. She was around the longest. I knew her the best. So, then I'll have another cat someday. So, just not here. So, anyway. And so yeah, so I looked up my name and saw the different listings. And it's like I could figure out, you know, just by, okay, that one's me, that one's not, because there are other people with my name, first and last. And I saw that one of them had their own YouTube channel by their name, by my name. And I was like, I didn't know that. I just saw that my name had a YouTube channel as my name, and I was like, oh no. I was like, has it been that easy? If anybody wanted to find me, they could just look up my name. And it's like, so I like looked. I was like, okay, they've only got one video, and it's not me. And it's like they just happen to have the same name as me. So I was like, whew. And it was something, I don't even know. It was like somebody with got the channel in 2013 or something. And they just happened to have my name. I didn't even look at what they had. It was some stupid, well, I don't know if it was stupid, but it was just one video, and it looked short, and who knows. But, so I was glad for that. Because otherwise it'd be like, well, if anybody, I'll just have to, these will just have to go away. I'll just have to stop doing them, or change the name, or change the format, because I don't want people that I don't know how I'd feel about it. So it's like, this is why I don't promote, I don't link, because I don't want to grow the channel or anything like that. So I'm not selling anything. I'm not here for any other reason than to just record my thoughts, get some practice speaking, translating, thoughts into words, leaving messages for myself of what was going on, what wasn't going on, what was working, what wasn't working, as a way to vent and let myself know that I'm doing okay, even when I don't think I'm doing okay. And it's a way for me to be honest with myself when I can't or don't want to do so in a public setting, or like, talk, because that's how it is. That's how it's always been, kind of. Most of the time when I'm in a group setting, at like a meeting, is that I'm just talking to myself out loud in a room full of people, letting myself know what I think about whatever it is I'm talking about. Or I might be talking at whatever the topic is in regards to my perspective on it based on where I'm at currently. It doesn't mean that I'm right, and it doesn't mean that I'm telling anybody or suggesting to anybody else how they should approach it. It's just, this is how I would approach it, or this is how I would think about it, or how I do think about it based on my experience up to this point, based on everything that's come before, up till now. So, it has nothing to do with being right. So, it's basically like, everybody's kind of responsible for their own decisions and the outcomes. No one should ever, do something and then, well, they said, it's like, well, anyway, and then today, of course, because I was kind of paying attention, I did notice, and I thought about not, but then I did anyway, and it's like, nope, I don't understand, and I don't understand what I don't understand, and I don't think I'm supposed to, so I'm just going to, just, if I was meant to, I would have been told about it. Whatever it is, I think, if I was meant to understand, it would be told to me, or I would be directly referenced to, and I wasn't, so it could be about anything. So, referencing things, and it's like so out of context, and out of time, and I probably would have been better off not knowing, but once I know something, I can't unknow it. I can forget about it or lose it, but even then I'll just have kind of a sense of it. So it's like discovering, or not discovering, it's like I've been an autistic individual my entire life, but didn't consciously become aware of it, even though I was diagnosed in 2016. Didn't become consciously aware of it and start integrating it until 2018. And I can never go back to not knowing, because now that I know. So it's like people talk about how, once diagnosed or once, self-diagnosed as well, some people, you begin to become more autistic. That's how some people perceive it, or even the person themselves. And it's only because, and I like this, I agree with it, it's like receiving permission to go ahead and all those things that you've been doing to mask and to pretend to be like other people, because that's how you think you're supposed to be. Go ahead and just stop doing that, or just do it less, or just. And so it's like, over time, being able to unlearn all those scripted events that one thinks that it's like, so I can just, and it might appear that I'm more upset more often. And it's like, well, that's just how I've been the entire time. It's just now I'm not as, I'm just expressing myself more. So I don't have to, I can let out things in smaller increments, incremental, instead of letting it build up. So I think it's healthier for me. I don't know about how it's perceived, but I'm the one that has to live with me. I'm the only one that has to deal with it. So whatever exposure people have, it's like, I don't know. I'm not asking them. And they only have to be around me for whatever little bit of time. So, but for the most part, it seems like a lot of people tend to think I'm an interesting person, but I don't know. So anyway, this is just a late Friday night video, just saying that I'm okay, and I don't have any plans. I'm not going out, or of course I'm already in for the night, and I'm not going out tomorrow. I have no plans. And tomorrow will be the last day of my vacation, in which I didn't end up going anywhere, but I did get some things done and some extra writing, and it was good. I enjoyed it. And yeah, as far as I know, not much is going on. I did notice a little extra activity on here, but I think that's just pure randomness of people stumbling across this, who don't actually mean to, and I'm sorry. To all the people that stumble across this channel without intention, click on something and then just see somebody talking at themselves. Like, who knows what they think? You know, I have not. Well, I've seen other people, but they usually have a script or a point. It's like, I don't have one of those. And this isn't really for anybody this is not for public consumption, for private reflection, is what I say. And no one to this day, I don't think, has ever watched more than a couple minutes, I don't think. So I have to imagine that it's just all strangers that ever watch any of these. And of course, I accidentally click on them sometimes myself, which registers a view. And it's like, but most of my videos just say no views. So, which is okay, because they're just there for me as an archive. And I probably will never go back and watch them. But I'll know that they're there. And who knows? So, anyway, I guess that's all I've got. I'm still doing the thing with the thing, anonymously. And don't ask me to explain it. Why I do the things the way I do them, why I do them in the beginning, and why I do them the way I do them. I do not know. So, there's that. But I still think it's like, it doesn't do any harm, it's going to a good cause, and I can afford it. At least I think I can. I'm pretty sure I can. And sure, like, whatever that would, it might come in handy later down the road, but, you know, most of it just gets, it's just going to get wasted in some way or another, you know, on temporary things, whereas, like, who knows, an investment today might mean something larger than what I can even possibly begin to imagine today. You know, or later, I mean, you know, a small investment today has lasting ramifications into an entire different narrative and story arc that I'm not even aware of and probably will never be. But I'm somehow an originator of some little ebb and flow or something like that. Maybe I can just tell myself that to make myself feel better. that it's not without purpose, that it does mean something. It's not just randomness. So, and it's a little selfish, of course. Everything is, depending on the, how I look at it. It's like, it's selfish to do it, it's selfish not to do it. Everything. So, then I start going into loops. So, sometimes it's just easier just to accept things as is, and if I was meant to know something, or something was supposed to make sense, well, then maybe it'll make sense later. But not to get caught in paradoxes. So, anyway, this was not meant to be this long of a video, but there we are. So, I hope things are going okay from wherever it is that anybody else is. And I'm going to go. So, good night.